Yo, it's effective immediately. I'm DJ Hed.
What up, world? It's your favorite homegirl, Gina Views.
Man, my brother, one of the homies.
Yes,
he's a familiar face, aka DaBaby.
DaBaby.
DaBaby is
What's
here.
up with you, bro?
Man, I appreciate you. Number one,
Appreciate you having me.
Let me tell you three things.
Talk to
Number
me.
one, I appreciate you because you always been you. You always solid. You never switched up.
Appreciate you.
Number two, the music is consistent. Like, you one of the most consistent people. And I just gave you props when we was talking to Elliot Wilson.
Mhm.
Like, you one of them people who give us music on a consistent basis.
For sure.
And you don't ever slow down.
And I got to stop you right there and take accountability for like that 2-year gap that I did slow down and get off my goddamn cadence of doing it. Yeah, but that's definitely, the rate I would love. Okay.
And then the third thing is because you told me, you was like, hey, when I'm back out, I'm coming to see you.
Nah, for sure.
And you
100%.
did.
100%.
So I appreciate that.
Appreciate you having me. Wouldn't rather be nowhere else. You know what I'm saying?
I think, too, you're, like, lyrically, you one of the hardest out this era.
I appreciate that.
Facts.
I'm going to
And
take that and run with it. I'm going to go tell everybody you said that.
I'm, like, a super, like,
She's super hip hop
I'm
head.
big on, like,
sure.
rap and shit.
Mhm.
So when you come outside
Mhm.
and you doing the freestyles and
Right.
all of that, like,
Right.
it never goes unnoticed.
For
Do,
sure.
do you think you get your flowers for that?
Yeah, I do. When I do that, and I feel like I can get the same amount of flowers. Not even feel like I've done it before. I already know how it go. I apply that same, level of consistency and, passion into the original music to do the same. You know what I mean? That's why I came with the 14 songs at once mixtape. Fuck that. I ain't gonna spoon feed because it ain't no way for me to really give you that, everything that I'm capable of dropping single at a time after taking 2.5 to 3 years of, you know what I mean? Like not dropping music. I dropped more music the first 6 months as a mainstream artist than I have in the last 3 years.
And a lot of people don't understand how the music business. I find myself teaching the music industry a lot on the air, which I shouldn't do. But people be like, man, so-and-so is on the shelf. It's like, or there's label restructuring, and it don't have nothing to do with his program.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But what do you think is the reason why? Well, not, I won't say the reason. I did see you on Breakfast Club, so I don't rehash that conversation.
Yeah.
But you taking accountability as far as not giving the fans music, is that partially, do you feel like you was on some like depression type shit, or was it more just creatively you couldn't get there, or you didn't feel like being bothered?
It definitely ain't the third one. It ain't feel like being bothered. And I wouldn't even say like depression. Like I just simply was in a creative space. Like and that is like I take 100% accountability for that because it wasn't. It really got to a point to where like somebody close to me that I worked with, like they had to have a real nigga conversation with me. Nigga, ain't nobody holding you back but you. You get what I'm saying? Because I would want to do something a certain way, but at the end of the day, it's like if the music business is the business I'm in, and okay, boom, you were supposed to go about shit that. It was never. I never agreed probably with 100% of how shit go to begin with. You get what I'm saying? But it's up to me as an artist if this something that I want, if this something that got the potential to goddamn feed my family, feed other people's families, the other people I take care of. I got to navigate my way through that shit and and get what I want up out of it. You know what I'm saying? So for a long time period, like I just allow myself to settle, in the shit that I disagree with when I could have been. Like it's nothing to it, and I feel like that's why them freestyles and shit. Like connect like that because it's just boom, it's direct to consumer. It's so that's something I thoroughly enjoy doing. Like I enjoy doing it. It ain't nothing about that can goddamn change the way that shit is received. You know what I mean? It's 100% on me, and that's like that's the way I like to operate. At the end of the day, that way if something don't go as planned, it's my fault, and I know what adjustments to make. But when I'm playing by like so many different I'm playing so many different people games, so many people, like whatever, like taking advice from here, taking advice from there, what have you, and then the shit don't work. Like I'm left to goddamn try to figure out how this shit work, you know what I mean? And ain't nobody gonna goddamn raise their hand and say, yeah, my bad, that's me. Majority of motherfuckers ain't. It's gonna be, a few, that I did, that ain't this. I'm telling you, like I done seen it, you know what I'm saying? So, like me being able to do that shit like the way I want to do it, that's what give me that extra. That's when I step, you know what I'm saying? Like that's when I step, and that's the the energy I'm embodying with this project. How the fuck is this a mixtape for sure?
What's that self-talk like?
It probably wasn't even so much of a talk. It was 3 years of goddamn living through that shit. You know what I'm saying? And finally like realizing like I mean not even that. I'm not no cry about it type nigga anyways. Like I like to find solutions for whatever, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna be the one to find a solution. Like before I present a problem, I already got a solution. Like let's just do this shit like this. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? So, it came from me like seeing it, the way and another thing with me, if some shit ain't working with me, like, and I got them, and I recognize it, I'm gonna change it. It don't matter. Like, I'm not too stuck in my ways or whatever, or scared to, you know what I'm saying? Like, raise my hand and say that was me. Like, I try whatever, and if that shit don't goddamn work, boom, I'm gonna try something else. When I try work though, yeah, I'm gonna milk it. I'm gonna take it as, as far as I could take it. So it wasn't so much as like just a individual conversation I could pinpoint, you know what I'm saying, like that I had with myself, or self-talk. Is just, yeah, like I really, I got to see the difference in everything when I sit back and settle for, what's presented in front of me, rather than doing what I always do and break barriers and, you know what I mean, shake shit up. Like, that's what I always do. I didn't get handed none of this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I kicked doors down repeatedly over and over and over again. Like, that's what I do. So the second that I got them, feel like or get to a place, which I did get to a place where where I feel like I'm entitled to, you know what I'm saying, like a certain level of goddamn whatever you want to call it. If, man, all these people supposed to see my album because I'm better than all these niggas, or they're supposed to go this way, or they're supposed to, nah, hell nah, you gotta put the work in. You know what I'm saying? Compete. At the top, at the bottom, in between, whatever, yeah. Even harder than before. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? When you up against what I done been up against. So, but that's something I know, and I've been understood. And for me to, allow myself to get in a space to where I goddamn, you know what I mean? Where I undermine these things that I know, these is real principles I know when it come to whatever, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm supposed to get the results I got.
You ever lose motivation during that? You ever lose motivation during that break?
100%. That's what I lost first.
What do you think was the? Well, I mean, obviously, your pops, and you went through a lot of shit.
Yeah, I navigated through that. I didn't get the chance to grieve. You know what I'm saying? Like I probably would have. But see, that's the thing. I don't need a chance. I'm not even that type of person. Like, I don't really want a chance to like grieve. And with me losing my pops, that was a little bit different. He got a chance to see what went on with me. I got the chance to talk to him about it. He got a chance to commend his son for going after what he went after against whatever, because he ain't want to hear that shit either. You get what I'm saying? Nobody really want to hear it. We don't know nobody. There's no fucking rapper. Ain't no history around me. Ain't no example of that nowhere near me or around me of really success, period. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, they should, should or shouldn't. That part don't really matter. But he got the chance to really see me go after something and go do it, and he got a chance to commend me on that. That's our last conversation. You get what I'm saying? So that was a little bit. Then I carried the name with the album, Kirk, #1 album. Yep. Honored him with the album. You get what I'm saying? That's my way of carrying the name and, and moving forward. And that's what he would want me to do, period. But with my brother, though, that's really what, like losing somebody to suicide, that's a different story. Like, thing. I can't go do nothing about it. He did it to himself. I can't go, you know what I mean? Yeah, then not only that, my nieces, the people I love the most, they still living through this shit today, right now. You get what I'm saying? Every time I do an interview and talk about it, that shit get to circulating online, they reliving that shit.
Every time.
When they got them see the car, like they, so this shit is a very real thing with me. You know what I'm saying? And when I see this shit that's so real with me get played with by all this other shit that come with the music business, you see what I'm saying? And people that I work with, work around, whatever, like not know how to differentiate the two, like. You get what I'm saying? Like, this real life shit and not knowing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it's a lot of, it make you a ticking time bomb. You get what I'm saying, or whatever, because you got no choice but to, you know what I'm saying? Just, brush everything to the side and goddamn keep it moving. But, yeah, that's a recipe for goddamn,
I remember you saying, basically, like, when somebody, the sentiment was when somebody, like, cross you, to a certain level, you like ain't no coming back from that. Basically, like you moving on, and you be a fool to come back and trust me after you know what you did to me. Yeah, right. 100%. But then also on the flip side to that, based on what you just said, as far as like people treating you just like you just this machine, you don't got real shit going on. Is there empathy? Like, what do you think? Like, don't you think that there's some level of empathy that you should have for other people that you want them to have for you in the same way? Absolutely, and that's how I am. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't And don't get me wrong, like when I say goddamn, like, I cut a motherfucker off, I give everybody mercy because God give me mercy. I didn't navigate it through plenty. You get what I'm saying? So it's like outside of this shit, outside of the world of controversy, anybody that's a fan of me or anybody who know of me as an artist, outside of anything any of y'all know, the shit that y'all don't know, it run laps around that shit. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I definitely, that's not something I hold my nuts on niggas about, especially in terms of like being like insensitive to what I go through
or whatever, because at the same time, that's another area where I can hold myself accountable because I don't allow people to. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's very real with me. So it's like if I'm dealing with somebody for something else, like if I'm dealing with somebody like I do business with, like I'm not even finna have a serious conversation with you about my brother committing suicide. Like we're not even about to blur them lines. You get what I'm saying? Like you doing business, like that's my brother. You get what I'm saying? Like that's my niece, my nephew, my nieces, that's their daddy, that's my mama's son. You see what I'm saying? Like every day at a certain time, alarm go off on my mama's phone, she say his name. My mama out him like this is every day for the rest of all my people life type thing. So it's like, you know, when it come to that, like I'm real, you know, I'm real goddamn, I'm real particular about like how I deal with that. And with that being said, like, you know, I probably wouldn't even give myself a chance to decipher whether or not if something was genuine or whether or not if it had intention behind it. If somebody did, you know, even attempt to check on me, you know what I mean? Try to, you know, try to see if I was okay through the shit.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like I probably wouldn't even allow it. And I probably definitely wouldn't. I know for a fact, like, you know, like I'm shutting that type shit down. Like I'm not even gonna act like, you know, you feel me. You would have to feel me. You would have to know. You would have to come tell me something. And I feel like, okay, you know what I'm saying?
It's genuine.
Exactly. Yeah. Or you know, you would have to have somewhat of a similar experience or some shit.
Got something to relate to.
Exactly.
I thought you took really good accountability on, not accountability. I thought you addressed how you was feeling and what you was going through on the intro, like was it In a Minute?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite records on
Me
there.
too. And I was just telling her before you got here, I'm like, damn, I like when you do those types of records because people do look at you like a machine.
Like a machine. Yeah.
And
that's what I meant to touch on, that part. Like that's how I operate. That's how I carry myself. So I can't fault nobody for that. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're saying that's how you present, so you can't.
Yeah, I can't fault nobody for looking at. They used to that. They used to seeing this nigga. They know it don't matter what that nigga goddamn go through.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? It's boom. Like I'm not even trying to talk about that shit. Like, get over me. Like it could have went down yesterday. It could have been a whole shootout. If goddamn I'm talking about shooting this music video, doing this today, like I'm goddamn. Look, we not talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna keep it so short. Like boom. And
let me ask you this, because the women that I have dealt with in my life always tell me that it stems back to when I was a kid, and I'm terrible with women because I'm like that the same way. It's like it don't matter what I'm going through. Like let's get to this whatever we got going on, right? And so I remember specifically one day my mom coming home. And my mom's strong. Like how I like you give your mom, that's Absolutely. What I give my mom the same, you know, Jackie. And so I'm like, when Jackie would come home from work, she would be like, hey, she'd give me a bag of batteries from the 99-cent store and a flashlight. And she's like, here, and then go take the food out the refrigerator, put it in the freezer. And I'm like, what's going on? I'm 4th grade.
Yeah.
She like, well, I didn't. The electricity finna get cut off until like next week or the week after till I get paid.
Yeah.
So here's some batteries, here's a flashlight. Put the food out of the refrigerator in the freezer so it stay good longer. And she would just go in her room. And that was just Tuesday.
Right.
And so I think I've been conditioned like that
to navigate through
navigate life like that. And I remember you saying something similar. Do you remember something like that in your
Plenty.
Okay.
Plenty. I can give a 1,000 stories like that. Like my mama, the strongest woman I know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like that. Like when it come to women, like if a woman I deal, like you gotta be a strong one. Like I don't know nothing about like, you know, like looking at anything is like an obstacle that you can't navigate through. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about no woman. Like, you know, I don't know nothing about a woman not being the head of like not knowing how to run shit, not knowing how to goddamn boom. I don't know nothing about that. Yeah. Cause my mama's strong and my mama goddamn boom. Like she did 3. You think about how you look at me, how the world look at me, right? The stigma around the baby, right? The whatever. Like if you tell them to describe the baby in one sentence, right? Think about what the average sentence would be. Yeah. And think about the fact that out of my mama 3 sons, I'm the baby boy. I was the angel. I was the one with the good grades. I was the one. Yeah, I'm telling on them niggas because they terrorizing me, my older brothers. You get what I'm saying? So just to put that into perspective, like, and I know my whole family, like y'all are tripping, like
this ain't nothing.
Yeah, like you know, I'm like Kirk the good one, like you know what I'm saying, like for sure.
You the good one. I
swear to God.
I hate to see the rest of the brothers coming.
I swear to God, I promise you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
I like Did It Too. I feel like
sure.
that was another. That's the one I've been playing on the radio. Mm-hmm. That's my favorite one. I
appreciate
on
the
the project.
support on that. Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people have been talking about Ain't That a Bitch.
Ain't That a Bitch too?
Ain't That a Bitch
Definitely.
is the one.
That's the one.
I like that one.
Everybody got, you know, somewhere, something, a situation they done been through or whatever that they can, that I'm pretty sure that shit, you know, it touched a certain spot in.
What was the, like, significant moment like that? Whatever happened? What was the situation where you was like,
plenty.
Ain't that a bitch?
Damn, ain't that a bitch? It's plenty, you know what I mean? But it more so, you know, it boiled down to that, like that's more of a reflective song than anything. So, like, you know, the ain't that a bitch moment when it comes to the shit, it's probably a moment I done had, like, more recent. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, it take time to really be able to, you know, look at shit and stand across the street from, you know, your life and your and look at your relationships from over here. It take for them to go all the way left for you to got them understand, you know, that you overplayed your part in that shit anyway, and it ain't even, you know, appreciated in the end. You know what I'm saying? That'll change your perspective on life altogether. Yeah. You know, even though it's like something a nigga used to, like I grew up around that shit, so it ain't really, you know, but it's different. Shit hit different when it's family or when it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit hit different. Shit hit different when it's motherfuckers who at any point, you know, probably looks you in your eyes and told you, goddamn, you done saved their life. Looks you in your eyes and told you they don't know where they'll be without you. You get what I'm saying? But then end up giving you their ass to kiss.
Damn.
See what I'm saying? And then ain't even solid enough within they self, and it's male, female, whatever, ain't even solid enough within they self to even, you know, still fix their lips or allow another motherfucker in the room to fix their lips to discredit or take away anything you done did from them. You see what I'm saying? Like that type shit. Like, you know, shit, it hit different when it come that way. And I'm pretty sure everybody in some capacity been through that for sure. So I like that song too. I really love that song. That was another one that I added like last minute. That wasn't on there, but I'm like, nah, I need these pieces. Like, it need this real deal, because I'm really, you know, in a space to where, and I done grown and changed so much, and then even with me realizing, like, you know, and hold myself accountable for the part that I played, which is the most important part, and the way that my career done went over the last couple years, like, it's like I'm in a space to where I need to reintroduce myself to the audience. Like, they need to understand, like, who exactly they listening to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it ain't just the super entertaining motherfucker that come with the hit songs from back then, and you know what, a nigga that he's super entertaining, he come with the hit songs, but he'll still get on your ass or this or that. I don't know, bro. I let people, you know, get their own, you know what I'm saying, spill on what I am to them or you know, or how they perceive me. But it's definitely so much growing that then happen in between to where, yeah, it's no way, and that's why I came with the amount of songs or whatever, but it's like no way for a motherfucker to connect with me as a person without me goddamn covering all the bases and checking all the boxes. You get what I'm saying? And that's what I did with this project.
Speaking of that though, because you're one of those people who you have no issue with being vulnerable, and we're in like a social climate where black men are not allowed to be vulnerable.
Right.
And you like you said, you dedicated the project to your father that you lost.
Yeah.
You lost a sibling. That's something I can identify with. It's been 10 years. I'm still grieving to this day.
For sure.
Have you ever regretted being vulnerable with the world?
Absolutely. Yeah. 100%, because it was taken for granted. It was taken advantage of. It was preyed upon. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was preyed upon, and that was the turning point in me, like falling out of love with this shit. You know what I'm saying? When it come to making music and releasing music, like that's what made me fall out of love with that shit. Cause it's like, this really me. Like, I'm, you know, this me giving you me for real. You get what I'm saying? Especially when you get advised to be vulnerable, right? And then you see the shit weaponized and used against you, then it's like, because I really don't, like, my comfort zone, like, how I'm raised, like, for 3 decades, my comfort zone is, nigga, fuck everybody. I'm going to go through whatever, goddamn, yeah, you know, do
that's
something.
That's kind of how you raised to be like that,
right,
though. Like,
right. So like, it's so easy for me to do that.
Yeah. When
I am vulnerable to the world and shit, I know you said, like I can get perceived as a person, and I have no problem being vulnerable. That's the thing. Like, I never had no problem doing both, and me knowing, okay, where I go, or me knowing what I'm about. It's a difference. Like, you got certain people that wear it and want you to see them as that, want to wear that shit 24/7. But me, like, that ain't never been me. That ain't never had to be me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't never had to be me. I had the biggest smile in the room and the biggest gun in the room. at the same time. Depending on goddamn how you deal with me, you can get either one.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Get
it's
either
simple.
one.
Right. But it ain't,
Yeah.
I'm not too much but the first one that I'm always gonna lead with the smile. It's not, or I won't say nothing at all. But I ain't out here, on some trying to show. I've been in a space. I've never had to do that. Yeah. Coming in the game, I never had to show motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't do that. I could have came in on some straight. When I came into the game, what motherfuckers probably knew the most about me was did I kill somebody? Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Did I kill somebody? Like, they knew that. Like, if it's like, okay, boom, they know that. So I could have came in like trying to represent that as a person and like, you know what I mean? Like, but nah, I'm smiling, showing all my teeth, goddamn, and on the album cover, you get what I'm saying? I'm still bringing you animated goddamn visuals and shit. Like, I'm playing the person that's getting bullied in my own music video. Yeah. I'm really falling down and shit, hurting my goddamn arm. I'm really, I ain't never been, too cool for myself and never been afraid to tap in to my mind creatively and represent different walks of life within my art and my music and still package that shit and give it to you in a way to where it don't take away from my integrity as a person. And when I still walk in any room, I'm going to get respected as a man. You get what I'm saying? So that ain't, in a nutshell, it ain't, I got on, I blew up off being unapologetically myself. That is what people favor the most about me. You get what I'm saying? 100%. That's what they love the most about me. So when I get into a space to where I do, open up, or I do tell you, how certain things affect me, or if I even open the door for that, to care about what a motherfucker say or how I'm perceived here and there, that shit that's not for me. Yeah, that's when I see, you feel me? Like, and that's why I refuse to go that route moving forward. Like,
so you're
any
saying,
signs of that, I'm not going.
So no vulnerability, or you?
No, not vulnerability, but like vulnerability, I'm leading with that. Like, it's completely transparent. You get what I'm saying? It's like Eminem and 8 Mile. Like, he come do the freestyle battle, I'm laying all my flaws out on the table right now. Okay, so now what? Like, what are we talking about? Like,
we need that because everybody
absolutely.
is like fake perfect.
Exactly.
And I feel like you have one of those success stories that without not just the success, but with the family shit.
Yeah.
That's something that people can identify with.
No, absolutely. I couldn't fake perfect if I wanted to. Nowhere along the line, nowhere in my journey could I fake like I ain't going through shit or none of that shit. I never had that luxury. You get what I'm saying? But what I always did have, and in the better days out of it, what I always did have was, the resilience within me to goddamn move forward and navigate through whatever. But when I allow myself to get into a space to where it's like, nah, be still and let that shit sit with you type shit. It's like, and then look how y'all handle niggas that be still. And so you be still and goddamn bend over, they gonna spank you, nigga. Yeah. They gonna spank you. Be still, bend over. You getting fucked. You getting fucked.
Do you think that, actually, fuck that. I ain't even gonna ask about that. For you, what I do appreciate, I'll tell you this. What I do appreciate you, I've definitely defended you a lot over the last 4 years. Like, when it came, I'm like, bro,
I appreciate it too, bro.
He not like, I'm talking to Arnold, talking to G about just different things, right? But one thing you always have stood on that I noticed, and it's out loud, is being a father.
Absolutely, 1,000%.
And I really appreciate that, just because black men specifically get a bad rap. Now, I think I've told you this before off mic, but black men get a bad rap for being deadbeat dads,
Absolutely.
not being around, like not taking care of their kids, all of the shit that come with it, right? You are out loud about how involved you are with your kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
You put your kids first. You got them on the jet with you. You got them. You brought your kid to a radio station, like different things like that, to where it's like, no, like, I'm a dad first. Like, 1,000%. My kids come before all of this shit, and I'm not playing about my kids. And if you say something about, like,
I be trying to like as much as people think I show my kids, like, I be trying to keep it, because I get the I go follow your page. But I lay on your ass for some time. It'll happen. Right. My baby mama had to talk me out of doing something to one nigga not too long ago. I swear to God, she already knew. She know what's up with me. Like, I said nothing to her. Yeah. And she called me out of nowhere, like, hell no, sent me a text. Like, I already know what you on. Hell no. Hell no. Yeah. I already know what you on. And it was in motion. I swear to God, it was in motion. I already know what you on. Hell no. Fuck that lame ass nigga.
So I remember specifically, there was different things that happened, but for you as a dad, how do you then navigate the space, because you are public with your kids. You know, even your nephew. Your nephew's hilarious,
dude.
That's the star.
Oh, he's a star. You know what I'm saying?
I want to be like him when I grow up.
But how do you navigate the space of like exposing them to what you got going on, letting them be a part of what you? Because I know it's important for kids to want to be a part of what their parents got going on. Because otherwise they feel alienated. They with a nanny, they with the grandma, shit like that. But how do you balance that and keeping them involved, but keeping them away to where they ain't being like where you got to go crash out?
Right, for sure. When it come to that, like I let my kids choose, like, you know. Like I let them choose what they gravitate towards in them spaces rather than do it. Like I see a lot of niggas like on the internet, and who knows, you know? I mean, it's different, but I mean, I know with me, like, you know, like with me, like I know too. But like I see people like try to force their kids, try to force the cameras on their kids, force all this shit, you know what I'm saying, on their kids or whatever. And I can kind of in comparison to like how it is with me and my kids, like it's a difference. Let me just say that. I ain't gonna say I can tell that it's this way, because maybe that kid is just whatever, it's shy. But like I got 4 daughters. They all got different personalities, right? So like my second born daughter, she not with that camera shit, that video
she don't
shit.
Fuck around.
She not with none of that. So I'm never gonna, like, I'm not letting nobody make her uncomfortable. It don't matter who it is. You get what I'm saying? Especially not me. So it's like I'm not even gonna point a camera at her. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna do it. Motherfucker from the outside looking in might see it as, oh, why he don't post this child or whatever. She don't want to be posted, nigga. Right, and it ain't, and you try to come post her. You see me with her and try to come put a camera on her. You gonna see. You get what I'm saying? Like, you gonna see.
Another
I'm telling you. I swear there's gonna be more than that. But goddamn, yeah, like that's what I'm like. I let them choose what they like in this shit. You see what I'm saying? And then I make the decision whether or not if this is something that suits this in their best interest for me to allow them to be a part of. They might want to come do this show or come do this. You get what I'm saying? Or they might want to, I might have this song got them going on, like whatever. If I got like the Shake Something song going on. But if it's a trend going on with the song, the way, okay, like, let's say if it's a fucking trend going on with any type movements or dance or something that I don't agree with, right? Or whatever, like I know what to keep them away from. And not only that, like I talk to my kids. I keep it real with my kids. Like my oldest daughter, like I don't even, she got her discernment at the age of 7 is like none other. Like she know what's going on. Absolutely. Like she ain't gonna, you know, she's not gonna involve herself in shit. It don't matter if 20 little girls right there doing it, she gonna goddamn. But you do anything that's in her lane, she's the best at it. Like she gonna look, yeah, but they know, and that's what I do. Like I pour it into my kids. I tell my kids right from wrong. My nieces, my nephew. I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. Any kid around me, like you can hate me. You get what I'm saying? But they don't. They respect it. Like we ain't. That's the norm around this bitch to where, you know, any kid who I done been there, you know, since they done been born and I done been in their life consistently. Any kid that I'm around, period. I'm not gonna let your kid do some shit they ain't got no business doing.
I agree with you.
And I ain't gonna let nobody. I'm not gonna let nobody. If I'm in the room, absolutely. But that's how we was raised. Yeah. You give it to me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how we was raised. Like it wasn't okay. Mom in the house, daddy in the house. So goddamn, boom. That's who lay the law. That's who do the nurturing. It wasn't none of that. It was the same thing. My mama did both. You know what I'm saying? My uncles filled in where she needed help at. You know what I'm saying? That's why we so throw it off in so many other ways. That's why I get tendencies. I get characteristics and tendencies from so many different people. Yeah. So many, but we all, like, on hindsight, when I become a grown ass man, I look back, we all lit. Like I can make my uncle Instagram right now. That nigga have 1 million followers organically in a week. You know what I'm saying? My nephew, my nieces, anybody. I really almost got to protect my family from this shit because, you know, I want them to know how to navigate through the shit too, and I don't want them overexposed to the world and end up being in danger. Like, and that's one thing about me. Like, I always care more about my family than myself. I'm ready to deal with whatever at the end of the day when it come to me. But if I got my family involved or whatever, like, I'm completely different. Like, I don't want my mama buddy with motherfuckers talking or whatever. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. They can deal with me. You don't deal with who I deal with. Because if they play with you, if they play with me, you know, I can suck it up and let it slide. You get what I'm saying? Or choose whether or not if it's worth it for me to, you know what I mean? But they play with you, I'm having no understanding about this. No understanding, you know what I mean? So that's kind of like how I deal with it. Like when it come to family and, you know, and how involved I choose to have them. But at the end of the day, like if they express it to me that they want to be involved in something, like they just got to be ready. And I teach them that type shit. Not only that, like I like to lead by example. You know, and I got shit that I can reference immediately that I done been through. You get what I'm saying with my career? Where I was like, nah, you don't want. My daughter already know what's up. Like you can't. My oldest daughter, you can't even walk up to her. And people do it all the time. You get what I'm saying? By how much she has been in the public eye. You know what I'm saying? When she is in the public eye, how much attention she draws. You know what I'm saying? And she tells me every time, like if a kid come up to her in the park at the park today, if she out at the park with her brother, her mom, that mama take her to the park, she's gonna FaceTime me when I talk to her in a minute. When we talk on the phone every day, she's gonna tell me, Daddy, somebody came up to me in the park and asked me, was DaBaby my daddy? They asked me, was you my daddy? What you tell him, baby? I told him no, and walked off. Like she don't play that shit. I'm telling you, a teacher at her private school she was at last year, 7.
7 years
Just turned 7 today. Yes, thoroughbred to the fullest.
I like that.
I'm telling you,
is that why
it's
you
none
always
like her.
talking about? Because you mentioned this several times on the mixtape, where you was talking about like you want a woman that's not in everybody's face. You want a girl that's finna be stank face too.
Nah, it don't even got to be stank face. Just just firm and you know, and just confident within herself, and you know, one who don't feel like she gotta overplay it. You know what I mean? In order to gain attention.
You talking about being impressed.
One that ain't attention seeking and easily oppressed. You know, easily impressed. You get what I'm saying? Like to you know, summarize it. Like that type shit. Like that ain't my baby. Like at all. She don't give a fuck.
No.
If she was here right now and like you walked in and hey how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Look, I be seeing you on the internet. Shit, look at me. Like I swear to God.
What's her sign?
Taurus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Taurus, same thing her throwed off ass mama is. Yeah. I got too many Tauruses in my life that I got to deal with. And then her and my second born daughter got the same fucking birthday.
What?
3 years apart. Yes.
You got two
but their personalities, it's completely different.
Crazy going birthday shopping.
But
How many years apart are they?
3. She
was
born on her third birthday.
Same mom?
No.
Oh, that baby mama was petty.
Man, I won't say that.
You couldn't push her on the day
I can't
before or
co-sign
day
it.
after?
I did. I would have loved for her to. I would have loved. I'm like, have her now, man. Please, have her now. Because my oldest daughter, she on straight princess. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that girl is such a pure and, like, that girl is everything. Like, she takes pride in being up. She's the best big sister, the best daughter I've ever seen, the best little sister to her brother, the best grandchild to my mama. Like, she is. That girl is one of a kind. You get what I'm saying? So it's an honor, and that's, you know, that's my motivation at the end of the day. When I lost motivation, that's what it was. It really, I ended up in a space to where, on hindsight, like, you know, I'm looking at it as something that I needed, that Jonathan needed. You get what I'm saying? Like, I needed that. I needed to get my ass set down. I needed that time to, you know what I mean? Like, I always gave time to my kids, but I needed time to not, you know, she know that about me too. She know Daddy gonna go to work. Daddy take it. She know why. She know you. If she see a gun, you ask her what a gun for. To protect your family. You get what I'm saying? You ask her why her daddy gone. He at work. Mm-hmm. Say why. She gonna give you a complete sentence. She not even gonna just say it. And this could be anybody. If she out with her mama right now, somebody, where your daddy at? If she say anything, she gotta know him and fuck with him to say anything. If she do, he at work to take care of us. Damn. To take care of our family. She know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's what. You know, I mean, that would be advice I would give to anybody who admire, you know, me as a father. Like, make sure you instill, you know, morals and principles into your kids and explain to them what's going on. So if you ever is away from them, they not left wondering, you know what I'm saying, what the fuck you do it for, and you know, and why you doing what you doing. And then that within itself, that instills them principles in them. You know what I mean? She's not looking for no handout. Like you know what I mean?
Something that always stands out to me about you is that it's always authentic. Like even if it's whether it's negative, positive, it's still real.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think you right about people know that about you.
Right.
Like you're gonna get real every time.
Right.
Do you ever think that being real is something that not being I don't want to say being real is overrated, because to me, I'm me the same way like that. Like people don't like me because I'm real. Right. I tell them I don't like their record, or people like me because I'm real. And
you tickled me yesterday. I saw some shit that made me laugh. I said, "Yeah,
what I
crazy."
Say?
Nah, I ain't even going.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk.
All right, we'll talk about it. But
you seen him dragging that white man?
I didn't drag him. It just anyway.
You know, go ahead though. We
talk about that. But being authentic as you are, how have you avoided like the quote unquote beefs? Because I know like people, I don't think people want to play with you for real. So when it comes for fake, like it not being authentic.
Yeah.
When it comes to like rap battles, and she's a huge battle rap fan. When it comes to battle, I don't think nobody has ever tried you in that way either. Why do you think that is from your perspective, from your lens?
Somebody tried to fake beef with you.
Yeah. And
it ain't real though, but I'm saying,
you know, that type shit. But like that's like my response to it. It's like to directly answer your question. Like I do my part in staying out of that shit. You get what I'm saying? I can't tell you why ain't nobody.
So you go out of your way.
I can't tell you why ain't nobody tried me, but it's like, you know, even out here in the world, like I know how to move. When I leave here, okay, I know what type of goddamn store to stop at to go to. Sometimes I don't give a fuck. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's like, fuck it, I need this right now. Okay, so I go do this. That's life. You know what I mean? Or sometimes you ain't gonna be in a situation where you get to choose. You get to choose your environment and the factors that come to play in the environment. I can only always control how I operate. You know what I'm saying? With whatever hand I'm dealt. Okay, no. So, but this is what I'm saying. Like when it come to rap, like I can't sit here and say a nigga ain't try to diss me because they know I'm gonna do something. But I could tell you why I wouldn't diss a nigga on no song. You get what I'm saying? Like why I'm not into that type of shit because, like you know, a motherfucker say the wrong thing. You know, about me or my people or whatever, like what have you, like my response to that is gonna be different. It's not just gonna be like music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I can't. That ain't even something I can predict. You know what I'm saying? But I know I ain't going for certain shit. You know what I mean? Like I just know I ain't going for certain shit. And at the end of the day, like you know, like I say, like the shit I go through, a lot of the shit I go through that a motherfucker would probably call themselves talking about, right? Even if you just talk about the shit like a motherfucker would probably troll me about this or that, like that shit that I got them losses I wear on my sleeve. That shit you know what I mean? That shit what made me, my struggle on the way up is what made me who I am, period. Like I'm proud of my struggle. I'm proud of goddamn having to come home and having a house key at 5 years old and goddamn getting off the bus and let myself in the house and lock the door. Don't let nobody in until your brothers come home. Like I've grown in a space and become aware enough as an adult to appreciate the character that was developed within the moments and shit. You get what I'm saying? And goddamn the character that's developed in the swag that you get from your. That's why my nephew is the way he is. Like he done been through some shit. You know what I'm saying? And still going through some shit to this day. And it's like he that's the coolest little nigga you gonna know. He just turned 7 3 days ago. Yeah, 3 days ago he just turned 7. But I don't know a 7-year-old fucking with that boy. I promise you, I don't. You know what I mean? But that type of shit, like, what motherfuckers from the outside looking in don't understand. It's like that shit is, you know, that shit is derivative of struggle and going through some shit and having to make a way or no way and having to, you know, make what you got be enough and find happiness within yourself. And we got no choice but to be confident. You get what I'm saying? We ain't got no choice but to be confident because we can't. I ain't get the J's and all that shit till I start either stealing from the mall or hustling. Yeah. I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? I'm wearing my older brother clothes who are already selling drugs, robbing niggas. He 5 years older than me. I'm strapping some, and that's when that's when we was already wearing shit too big for us. I got the belt, you know, the belts that you can just go all the way this way to where it just ain't no belt holes. It's like it's woven like
low-key like the initial belt.
The first one, you know what I'm talking about? The little brown shit.
Before the initial.
Right. Yeah, no, before the name belt. Hell no. Before the name belt, goddamn. I got my hands on one of them. But I was already selling candy and shit by that time. I bought my own name belt. Mine was official. It said John. But
the computer
like
one?
I ain't had a digital one. No. It's not like that. I ain't had it like that. Oh, you wasn't playing. You wasn't playing. See, that was for the girls to have. You wasn't playing. I ain't had that. God damn. Yeah. You would have been you was one of them ones. Yeah, he was one of them ones.
To his point though, on some rap shit, I don't think that you would be an easy component for somebody to beef with. Yeah. So it just, we just speaking music. We're just keeping it, you know, like musically. That's why it was even surprising to me when you did tell the story. I don't even know if the person name ended up coming out, but when you told the story, somebody said, "Well,
you
since
said
this shit going
component,
on."
But what you saying though, like
easy component, like as far
it's a lot
as
of shit you can talk about.
No, I mean
Opponent.
What'd I say?
Component.
Yeah. I'm dyslexic.
You think I'd be an easy opponent in a rap beef?
I think you would be you'll be a tough cookie to battle.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
Because...
I'm about to say, like, what you saying? Like,
no.
You must not. Like, what you...
I didn't mean to say that.
Because I'm going to out-rap a nigga then when I catch your ass.
No, that's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah,
so
you ain't performing this shit nowhere. We gonna crash when you gonna know the difference between you and me. But that's just how, like,
that's what I'm saying.
Not even on no rap shit. Like,
when you spoke about the person who was like, "Oh, let's do this," in the light of like what's going on. To me, that didn't even make sense.
Nah, that didn't add up either. It's just like you know this person don't know me like that.
Your freestyles have literally been like fan favorites.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why the fuck would you want to beef with a nigga that everybody loves when he freestyles?
And he rap all the time.
Yeah. So it
would give
so
you notoriety,
stupid.
but that was the whole idea, like of like that was bro whole idea, like people it's gonna go crazy. Like the conversation started, you want to go crazy, you trying to go. I'm like, what's up? What you got in mind? I'm thinking a nigga got a song or something. Yeah, I think it'd be dope if we got. Nah, bro. I'm like.
That's like asking to get your ass whipped.
Well, the thing is, you know what I look at it like
that's crazy.
To her point, I got homies that I'm from LA. Mm-hmm. We got security that do clubs and shit. Mm-hmm. The homies would go to the club and fight the security, and I'm like, why the fuck would you go fight niggas that's there to fight?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Leave them niggas alone.
Leave them alone, bro. And so I look at it the same way. Like if you actually like rapping, you rap all the time on Instagram, on freestyles. On YouTube, like you just rapping. Why would you want to fuck with a nigga that likes to rap?
And
you know what I'm saying? That's just my perspective.
Get into the other shit, right? So it's but see, like I'm saying, it's somebody out there for everybody. Like, so you say you got homies that they go to fight security. That's what they do. They it ain't nobody untouchable in any category. You get what I'm saying? So but me, like, I wouldn't engage in that. Like it would have to be worth it for me to engage in that. I would have to see something else. It ain't something I'm gonna back down from. You get what I'm saying? But
it needs to make sense.
Yeah, and it's like I would have to watch what I say because I'm gonna do something. Something gonna happen. So I can't, if I say too much and then goddamn when something happens to your ass, they just gonna come pick me up and I ain't going rap battling the goddamn be sitting in jail talking about I was the best free battle rapper ever. He really lived what he was rapping about. We should know that by now. That ain't what I'm doing it for. You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like ain't no nigga trying to go viral off no moment with me. No, like you are sitting across from me in no courtroom.
You are no slouch when it comes to being in shape, and I
try to goddamn. We
call
it
it
together. I'm like
the Floyd Mayweather effect. They just walk around ready at all times, right?
Yeah.
So, but you are seeing a lot of rappers that starting to do these fights like online where they stream them.
Oh yeah.
Would you be open to doing something like that?
Hell
they
no.
They be giving like
motherfuckers done offered it to me.
Offered you a bag?
Hell yeah. You remember?
For who?
Man, I ain't.
How much was it?
It's a nigga I fuck with. So I'm like, man, come on,
man. Did
he
agree to it?
I don't know how that work. You know what I'm saying? That part of the process, but I don't see them just randomly.
How much
I don't know.
Was the bag?
Coming with the nigga name.
Do you have a number where?
But I told him
let's do it.
I did tell him that.
You told him a number?
Hell yeah.
What's the number?
I said, because they came with a number. I'm like, man, I'm not doing no shit like that. I said, unless they come like this, like, you got to come like this with me. And then you got to pay me like y'all paying these motherfuckers to see me fight.
Yeah.
Like,
well, we seen you fight.
No, but I'm saying like professional. Like, what I'm saying is like, and I don't even like fighting. I don't even like fighting. Like I much rather you take too much of a chance to lose and fight.
Yeah. You throw your bodyguard in the field. That's a big nigga.
Yes, that's on him. He out there. They need to offer him. They need to send him a contract. Yeah, he out there somewhere. Okay. Somebody want to see you. Go get him. Go get him. But, yeah, bring him in. Oh, no, you ain't. I done got excited. Go on, bring Kane in. He'll be here in a minute.
He here?
But nah, when it come to that, like, I know the type of the type of draw that I have. Like, I know that. So it's like I ain't even finna play like that. And not only that, like, I know, I know how it can affect, like, okay, what I would rather do. I know, I might go out there and get my ass knocked out cold. So, boy, I better goddamn be guaranteed some, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm not going to take no fight I ain't winning.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I'm going to pop your ass.
So, if you were, hypothetically speaking, if you did agree to it, they came with what you asked for, and you did agree to it, and you did lose, how would you be like okay with like you get up, shake the nigga
Going to the
hand?
car, get my gun. I'm fucking with you. But that's what I'm saying. Like that's why it's like I'm not finna.
You can't say that.
I'm not finna play like that. I can because I ain't finna agree to doing this shit. Like I don't like to fight. Ain't no way you finna whoop my ass in front of my daughter. Crazy as hell. Somebody dying. Somebody dying. She don't know. She ain't finna remember. Damn, my daddy got his ass. Nah, she gonna say. That nigga put his hands on my daddy.
You will only take the fight if you know you winning.
Huh?
You will only take the fight if you know you winning.
100%.
But bro, you agreed to the fight.
I'm gonna agree to it if I know I'm gonna win.
No, but what I'm saying is,
you know what's on the table.
You
packing a nigga ass out.
But listen, this is what you agreed. You agreed to take
I'm
the
training
money.
and everything.
You agreed for the money. You agreed to fight who you gonna fight.
Yeah, and
you lose. So you just got to take your L.
Nah, see, I don't got the stomach for that.
But there he is.
He was talking
What's
about
up, bro?
like people offering me.
Stand behind Gina. This is Gina Views.
Oh,
stand up next to him.
Yeah, just stand next to Gina Views.
But yeah, he's asking me about a celebrity boxing match. What I be open to doing, and I told him nah. And she said I need to throw you in there. And I say he here.
She said hi.
No, you already know what I be doing. You already know you can't fuck with me. But anyway.
I don't even like when you talking like that.
What?
I mean, we can figure it out.
We can figure it out.
We can figure it out.
You do right now.
We can figure it out. It's crazy.
You need that?
Yeah.
We in LA. Hey, we from LA. He need that?
I need that.
If he need that,
that
when
mean
the
he wanna
cameras
fight.
go off. Yeah, if he need that, we can do that.
That means you want to fight.
We can do that.
I need that.
Okay.
We can figure that out.
You just stand next to Gina for the rest of this.
But yeah, nah. She said, "Oh, he here." I say, "Yeah, actually, you can ask him. He out there."
I was hiding, so what's going on?
I just
She
wanted to
say
introduce
hi.
you to her. That's all.
What's up?
Hi.
Why you so
She ain't even
don't
look
do that? See? I just wanted you to meet her. I told her you was here. That's all.
Hug. See, baby, come here. Gina, see what's going on with you. All right. Damn, man.
You know what I'm saying? All right, I'll see you in a minute, bro.
Hey, I'll be in my office.
You let me know in the future you have any problems with him. I'm the one to call.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Tell him about
Get
the
that
yo-yo.
nigga together. The yo-yo.
That's for sure a yo-yo.
So let me tell you what the yo-yo is.
Yeah.
So we were talking about Chris Brown doing these meet and greets. I know you finna go on the road.
Mm.
You gotta do meet and greets. I know
Yeah,
your
absolutely.
meet and
I was
greets
doing them.
I already know.
My meet and greet.
It
was along the lines of that. It was, a lot of motherfuckers got them pictures from 2019, 2020.
So, we were talking about Chris Brown's meet and greets on the radio, and she was saying that she would be a yo-yo. And you explain what that means?
No, because he's still in the room.
He not in the room.
He in that room. He can hear me.
He can't hear you.
Hey, step out real quick. Real quick.
He can't hear you.
You cut
See?
it.
Go
He
ahead.
cut it. Yeah, he cut it.
I don't trust Avery.
The nigga winked his eye as soon as I said he cut it. I ain't cut that shit.
Basically, she said something. I don't know how to describe it, but she says I want to be a yo-yo, and I don't know what the fuck that
Like
means.
the nigga hold you like that?
No. She mean like spin around and on like a yo-yo on the person. Just look at how perplexed.
I'm trying to-
It would look like I'll say some shit like that.
You said it. I saw you. I ain't hear about this shit. I just saw you say. I'm trying to understand what you said. That's for sure a yo-yo. So what you mean, like spin around? I'm trying to just paint the picture.
I don't want to talk about it no more.
Okay.
I'll show you the clip.
Okay. All right, yeah, we can
Anyway,
talk about that later.
I'm gonna show both of y'all.
That's
the
some
clip.
new shit. I don't.
That's some new shit.
I ain't never did the yo-yo.
That's that
Yeah,
2024.
yeah, that's some new shit.
I have a way to change the subject.
Yeah.
So I would like to give you your flowers on the visuals.
I appreciate that.
The music videos.
Uh-huh.
Even if
Real quick.
Hey man,
What's up?
now you stepping out of line.
I'm trying to say that yo-yo situation.
Yo, is it something? Is it appropriate to goddamn?
I'm trying to see what's like. How
The-
like,
the-
I'll show it to you in a minute.
Show it to me.
I'll show it to you. Be in your
Is it
office.
appropriate? Is it this?
It's very inappropriate.
I got a
Okay,
show
okay,
called
okay.
Whole Fashion, so anything,
Fashion.
yeah, nothing
Okay.
is off limits.
All right.
Yeah.
But I'm just like,
Okay, bet. Yeah,
I'm
you
a
in
little
your
like-
other spot right now. Okay, got you.
Go ahead.
You should
if
bring
you-
that nigga on there.
if you think
That might be dope. You should bring him
It'll
on
be
there.
dope.
he can't come to my house.
God.
She shoot at her house.
Okay, all right, say less. I'm gonna mind my fucking business now. Now I'm out your business. But the visuals, yeah.
my fucking business.
How do we get here? All I said was throw your bodyguard in the ring.
Now ask your question.
How we get here? Now y'all done fucked me up.
That's y'all.
I'm sweating
I
and
ain't
shit.
even-
Like, God, yeah. Nigga done walked in, stood
Yeah.
behind me,
He right
held
there.
my hand for 30 seconds.
Look at me in there blushing.
Ask your question.
So storylines and creativity in music videos is sort of like a lost art with the newer era. If you think back to like what Missy Elliott was doing or like Murder Inc., they gave us like real music videos. Is there any
Busta Rhymes? The list goes on.
Is there any intention when you do your videos to be creative like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I mean, not only was that the type shit like that I grew up watching. You know what I'm saying? The greats before me do, but I also got so much going on in this head of mine. You get what I'm saying? The way it's like, you know, I get to create these different worlds and still have my music be the soundtrack of it, and you know, just tap into different spaces creatively and shit. And that's like where I have my fun at. You know what I mean? So it's definitely intention when it come to that. Like, however a song make me feel or whatever world, you know, however I want the audience to perceive it or whatever. Like, I love to try to bring it out as much as I can with the visual, for sure.
How much is you, and then, or do you like have a creative team?
Yeah, it'd be more me than anything. For real. Definitely got, you know what I mean? Definitely got a team of people that like, you know what I'm saying, that I lean on to execute the ideas that I have, for sure. You know what I mean? And put them in motion. But, you know, all that's in-house. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that's in-house.
Any thought to like creative direct for other artists?
Yeah, I done directed a few other artists' videos, and other artists hit me and shit. I just be had a time for that shit and find a time for it. And then, you know, like, artists would just have to understand, like, that type creativity. Like, you know, I invest my money into, you know, being that creative. You know what I mean? Like, I invest my money. I that's something artists, anybody who admire, like, what I do visually, that probably need to be, like, the first thing that they understand about that. Like, I got the amount of confidence that I have in it and the passion I got for doing that shit. Like, you know, I put my money where my mouth is. You know, I done spent the dollars in acquiring that knowledge and knowing how to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they would just have to be understanding of that and have the same confidence in what they want and what they trying to create, and then we could do it. It's whatever. But that'll be what differentiate, like, the ones that I do, you know, find time to do it, whatever, because I ain't, at the end of the day, like, I ain't trying to make, you know, a couple thousand off goddamn directing no nigga video. Like, that that shit take too much time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can make way more, doing a verse and being done with that shit in 10 minutes. You ain't finna do no video in 10 minutes.
I would love to see, though, later along, like, the line, like, when you older and you probably done with music and stuff, that you do your own production, because your videos are, like, out of this world.
So I started a production company, like, off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I already got all that shit, like the same cameras. I got Ari cameras. I own Ari camera. Fire. Yeah, I got signature prime lenses. I got one of the lenses I got every time I pop out, like, on the set with people that do that shit for real. It blow their mind, because it's like only a certain amount of them in the world type shit. Like, but I've been invested, you know what I'm saying, like, my own bread into that. And not only invested my bread into, like, the tools and the equipment that's needed, but acquiring the knowledge. Like, I paid for that game. You get what I'm saying? Like, I did exactly what I wanted to do. Okay, I want to do it this way, but I'm paying attention every step of the way. The pre-production. You get what I'm saying? Okay, like, what we doing right here with the light, and what we doing with this, what we doing with that, and I ask questions. You know what I'm saying? I'm really like that with anything that I goddamn gravitate towards, that I take a liking to. Like, I soak up as much game as possible. I ask as many questions as I can. It only take me to see something, you know what I'm saying, that I like one time. You know what I mean? And if I'm around a motherfucker that'll tell me how, I'm going to ask. And if I ain't, I'm going to figure it out on my own and then put my spin on whatever it is, and, you know, and make it mine.
When it comes to your accolades, and I'm not going to ask you to comment on this. I just want to tell you some shit that I've said publicly. Okay? So I always give you more props than I give other people, because you have achieved more success than them with numbers wise, but you also have done it with less resources than I look at other people, right? So I've gotten two comparisons from you. One is the only one I care about, which is Lil Baby, right? And Lil Baby doesn't have any #1 records. His highest record is #2, and that's with Drake on it. It's the Drake Stimulus, right? You have a #1 record with Roddy, Rockstar, #1 on Billboard, Hot 100, right? The reason why I'm telling you this is because I look at your success as bigger, not because of the numbers, but also because I think you have less favor than other people have had when it comes to industry and the media and the attention and shit like that. Like, to me, you've done more with less, right? Is what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
The second part of that is when it comes to these award shows and stuff, I don't see you being rewarded in the same way. Your accolades don't line up with what you've been given, in my humble opinion. Right. So you've been nominated for Grammy, I think 8 times, and they haven't given you one.
Yeah,
and I looked at
Rockstar when that was supposed to. Yeah, that was ours for sure.
And so I look at it like same thing with Hov. Jay-Z in the same boat, damn near. Right. So anyway, I'm just saying that when you look at the accolades, the award show, do you care about shit like that, or is it just about the money and the catalog at this point?
I mean, when it come down to like the awards and shit, really, you know,
The
and
charts,
this
whatever.
not the like this. I mean, I didn't really when it come to the charts, I didn't did. I didn't achieve the highest award with that shit. You know what I'm saying? With the top streaming song, the highest charting song of the year 2020, top streaming. I was the top streaming rap artist. Period in the whole world. You know what I mean? 2020. When it comes to the Grammys at the end of the day, like, and it's not to discredit them at all. Like, I would love a little Grammy trophy or whatever, but like the BET award that I won for like best new artist, that was like my Grammy from where I'm from.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Like we grew up watching that. I ain't never watched the Grammys.
I appreciate you saying that because I look at a lot of us. You know what I mean? We discredit our own people.
Yeah,
our
for
own
sure. And then give the other motherfuckers the, you know what I'm saying? And see that be where, like, see, that's where you fuck up. Like, when I got to caring about this shit that didn't care for me, that's where I fucked up. And I, you know, and I make it a point that, like, I'm not on that this go round. Like, I'm not even going for it for a second. Like, I don't care about that shit. Anywhere where I'm going, where if I gotta explain my value at this point or what I do, like, that ain't the place for me. Yeah. It's simple. You know what I'm saying? That. Like, a mother don't know what I could do, don't know. It's simple. But, you know, when it comes to awards, like, of course you want to be recognized as goddamn is the best in whatever it is that you goddamn love doing, whatever it is you're doing. But I came in and took my flowers early. Took my flowers first year. I got trophies for days at the crib, plaques, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like, and like I say, even when it come to like the charts and the billboards, like I done been on, you had to go through me at a certain point to even get on that shit. And this Latin artist, this, you know what I'm saying? It could be a artist I ain't never heard of from a different country over here, Like I'm not even knowing these motherfuckers until, oh no, you need to do this one. You need to do this one. I don't like it. I'm telling you. I still won't do it. I bullshit. I'll be in the studio. The nigga know I'm in the studio. Send it to me. Send it to the engineer or some shit they play. I'm like, all right. I do the song, but it's massive even now. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can perform this shit now and I can go in front of this crowd full of white people. I can go over here. I've been all over the world. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they know word for word. Like, I can go anywhere and tap into just my catalog alone. Nothing that I've dropped within the last 3 years and perform a 60-minute show set. It's a lot of niggas can't do that to this day, that people still that are probably recognized as being or definitely a hotter artist than me right now, or that some people might measure their success in a different way. So I think in terms of like how motherfuckers measure success, like to answer that part of the question, like that shit's subjective. Like that's, you know, that to each his own when it come to that. Like I ain't playing the number game and saying that, you know, I didn't have more success than a motherfucker that, you know, who ain't have to, you know, navigate through none of that shit. None of them factors matter. I think everybody's journey, like within itself, you know, it is what it is. But like, you know, my success is measured off of where I started and, you know, where I didn't got to. You get what I'm saying? And all the shit in between that affects it this way and that way. I let those be factors that goddamn that be like components to where I would like judge my success or like lower like how, you know what I mean, how I'm perceiving my success or increase it. But never what another nigga doing, man, because don't nobody got the same, you know, the same cards. You know, ain't nobody dealt the same cards. You know
I got two more. I'll go ahead.
I was gonna say you spoke on it on Give Me a Reason. Mm-hmm. Was there anything like compromising a label or
compromising what?
Like you talked about, you said had I sold my soul, then I'll be on the charts. Or so I don't want to butcher your lyrics.
Yeah, I mean, we all know goddamn what goddamn threw me off my rocker. Yeah, we all know. You know what I'm saying? Anybody don't know that ain't somebody I need to be paying attention to anyway. They ain't keeping it real. It ain't no need for me to keep it real with them. That's just somebody that, you know, that's somebody that'll just rather see you doing you know, less. But other than that though, yeah, like it ain't. Yeah, for sure.
So the one thing that I always,
I wouldn't blame it on the label. My bad, not to, because I want to just answer that question through and through and not just leave it so like open ended. But I wouldn't blame it on the label because shit, it fucked up the money they was making off me.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
I'm
so
not
I
talking
can't
about
see.
that though.
I'm just saying. I'm just answering your question through and through rather than kind of giving you like a vague answer. You know what I mean? But yeah.
What was it? Oh, I was gonna say the one thing that I think Elliot Wilson asked me about you, and I said, man, the one thing I think that you would benefit from is having a cohesive, like overarching, like production, like produced, like through and through, one solid thing, right? But I don't think it's somebody. I don't think it's like a young producer, you know what I mean, like a Metro or nothing. I think, and this is me I'm just putting it in the ether because I just wanted to. I'm trying to manifest, right? Yeah. But I noticed that your relationship with 50 is good.
Yeah,
and
sure.
50's always been embracive of you from the jump, and then also
Real
even
nigga.
when it wasn't cool to be in the.
That's
baby's
when I
corner,
met him.
He was in the baby's corner.
I met him a week before then, so he had every reason in the world to stay away from that nigga. That nigga.
Facts. And 50 is. I look at you in the same light that I look at him, and you know, it's been.
Y'all do remind me of each other.
Been solid the whole time. Like Fifth is one of the people who, to this day, is it's solid. Like every time you talk to him, whatever. I'm gonna just throw my desire into the world. I would like for 50 to oversee an album for DaBaby. Like kind of like how he did for Pop Smoke, right. Because I think that y'all are damn near the same caliber of person, where he can relate to you, where you come from and what you've been through, your trials, tribulations, but then also craft that in a way that make it palatable for the world to consume.
Absolutely.
And I think it would take it to another level. That's just me throwing it out there.
That's a hell of an idea. That ain't even something I didn't.
Like an EP, like let him, like you can do what you're doing, but let him oversee the album.
No, for sure.
And an EP the album, I think it would change shit.
I agree.
All right.
Only thing is that nigga gonna have to find the time to do it. That nigga hustling like he goddamn, like he trying to make it out the hood. That nigga,
Speaking of 50,
damn, I be like, bruh, you make me feel like I ain't got that. I'm a hustling motherfucker. When you can make me feel like, damn, I need to go harder. Yeah, you a bad motherfucker.
Speaking of 50, he posted a video of you. What you do with all that oil?
Oh, man.
And why you didn't bring me none?
I was being a director, so you know you was talking about you gave my flowers for the music video. That's why you give them to me, man. I was just directing the video, just bringing the props on set. I ain't had nothing to do with that.
What video was y'all doing?
It was for another artist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just did my part. I can't control what somebody filmed. You see, I'm looking around like trying to make sure nobody record me. There's a motherfucker right here record me. In the video, you get what I'm saying?
Oh, you didn't even know.
You gotta watch yourself. Hell no, I ain't. That wasn't no. Hey, I'm act like goddamn. I'm about to act like I'm sneaking with this baby. No, I'm really bringing the baby oil on set to give to the talent. I'm looking around, goddamn, make sure nobody goddamn watching me like what this nigga doing with all this shit. Right? It's the timing just bad for me to just have a bag full of baby oil. It's just bad timing for that. I ain't even wanna be involved with none of that.
Define Hollywood freak.
A little Hollywood freak. I think it explains itself. I think
we
it's
in
pretty,
Hollywood.
Yeah, that's where they at. I think it explains itself. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
What you want to know? Like what you?
Experience.
I know a little Hollywood freak. Oh, you want me to tell you about an experience?
I just want you. No, you don't even got to tell me an experience because we ain't on Ho Feshes. Yeah. But you can just define Hollywood freak. Like when you look at a bitch, how you know like that's a Hollywood freak right there.
I don't really got eyes for them type of hoes, to keep it real, so I don't even look for that. I look away from that at this point. You get what I'm saying? But I do know one or two. I don't change the fact that I know one or two, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's more so like along the lines of you know, and really Hollywood freak, you know. I'm glad you asked me to break this shit down because it could be perceived as like whatever, like something negative. But one thing about me, right? Let me, you know, one thing about me, like I respect a motherfucker who is, you know, authentic and you know, comfortable with they self and upfront and forward about, you know, what they want, like a female. You get what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, like, you know, I got respect for like females that like if you gonna be a hoe, like be a hoe, like make that shit clear.
Don't hide it.
Yeah.
Divide it.
Yeah, they get respect from me. You gang, you good with me. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so that's more so like giving the flowers to motherfuckers that like, you know, yeah, giving the appreciation, giving them something to vibe to, something they can call theirs and you know, shed more of a positive light on them, making them feel sexy, bro. More so than, you know, used like an item, just like letting them type females know like, you know, a nigga like me got respect for a female that's honest about, you know what I'm saying, what she got going on. Yeah. You know, and maybe, you know, maybe somewhere our paths might align and we can, you know.
Be Hollywood freaks together.
Figure it out. We can figure it out.
We can figure it out in whatever capacity that is.
I'm gonna start saying that.
Right. I might, you know.
We can figure it out.
You got concepts. You got concepts of a plan.
You might like my partner or somebody I see. You see me with whatever. I might could do that for you or whatever. However we, you know, it's whatever.
DaBaby cares.
Yeah.
I really was dope. It was dope for me to see you do this because, I know you on your own battles with, you know, everything you've been through, your trauma and stuff like that, dealing with your loved ones or whatnot. What was the main thing that made you want to like pour into other people's mental health? I mean, I saw you talk to Charlamagne about it where you haven't really done the work on yourself yet. Yeah. So what made you want to give back to other people in that way?
The small amount of work or just attention that I done paid to, you know, me needing to address the like mental health issues or whatever, or the like trauma or whatever with myself, the small amount of work, because I done did, you know, but I was more so talking like along the lines of just therapy. I ain't started that yet. That's something I want to start. But yeah, like when I actually give myself time to pay attention to these things and address them rather than tuck them under the rug or go around them or whatever, like when I see the impact that it has on me immediately, like how quickly it put me in so much of a better space, it's like, you know, I know with me and the resources I got and the platform that I got, I know the type of life I can speak into somebody else who probably need it way more than me. I'm not going through the shit I'm going through, but don't know how I'm gonna feed myself tomorrow, or goddamn gotta go back to a place like I can get away from shit. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't gotta, you know, it's a kid going through it that don't got nothing. He gotta go back home to that parent that's gonna abuse him. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be goddamn emotionally, you know what I'm saying, or spiritually, like just beat him down as a person, or physically. You get what I'm saying? Like it's motherfuckers that's really going through real life shit out here. You know what I mean? And if I can use my platform and you know, help myself heal at the same time, you get what I'm saying? And kind of go on my journey of healing myself from this position that I'm in, and help people that ain't, who look at the position I'm in as something that they would dream of. Like, you know what I mean? And that's another thing with me, like when it comes to being vulnerable, when it comes to expressing like, you know, like the way I feel about shit I done been through, I'm such a selfless person that like I feel like it's disrespectful to motherfuckers who got it worse. Like I ain't, you know, like, and that's why it's like it's a no-fly zone when I see it preyed on or played with. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, I know it's motherfuckers that got it worse. Like, I lost my brother. My nieces, my nephew, they lost their daddy. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So it's a difference. Like, you know, and they strong as ever. You know, they really the ones. They was like the first ones that kind of helped me cope with it because they holding it down. They strong. They keeping it together. You know what I'm saying? So what the fuck I look like being out this bitch acting like, you know what I'm saying? Like, falling down and shit. Nah, hell nah. Like, hell no. Like, we got to be strong for each other, like, in that sense. And that's a lot of people real life situation. Like, you know, all they might have is they self. So if I can, you know, tell my story, shed light on it, and inspire a motherfucker to want more, you know what I mean, for they self, wow, letting them know situations I done navigated through and where I feel like, boom, 10, 15, 20 years ago when I was your age or whatever, if I would have had a me or had somebody to come, boom, if I could have just saw somebody, you know what I'm saying, that I done admired in any capacity, or that I admire something that they got going on. I don't got to admire everything a motherfucker got going on. That's one thing I've always been good at since a little boy. Like, you know, I acquired many characteristics and tendencies from a lot of different places, but one thing I always knew was the type of motherfucker I wasn't going to be like. Thanks. Like, I might, like this uncle right here, I might love this nigga to death. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's my favorite uncle. I like these things about him. I like his sense of humor. I like, you know, how he don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? He gonna speak his mind, whatever. But ain't no way I'm finna be. You get what I'm saying? Nah, ain't no way I'm finna do this and do that. So, you know, just giving these kids an example is something to look at rather than this shit that's just pumped into their head 24/7, 365, and giving them, you know, somebody that they done already connected with. If it's through music videos, whatever, TikTok, they may have connected with me through there, or being on the stream, or might hear me on here, right? Connect with me through what we doing right now. Okay, boom, but they still, and they connect with me, they hear what I'm saying, but I can still pop up. They see me in the flesh and they goddamn boom, see me provide. They'll take that advice from me. They go back to what I was saying. Like they'll probably take that advice from me quicker than they'll take it from somebody preaching it at the school or somebody who they feel like it ain't been verified that they didn't, had to walk that life that they didn't have to walk. Because it's just like with me, like I'm not receptive of, sympathy that comes from a place to where ain't no way you goddamn, like I'm not finna, you can't tell me I know how you feel. You can't tell me that if you don't know how I feel. Like I don't even want to hear that shit. Like,
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? It's like disrespectful to me. You get what I'm saying? Like, and disrespectful to, others that I got all the love in the world for. So, that's the way I try to navigate through that shit and moving forward. Like, we're doing that shit. We're having an opportunity. It's something I've been wanting to do. But like I say, like I had to start with myself. You know what I'm saying? To whatever, in whatever capacity that I did. But, being in a place to where, okay, boom, I could do that shit on a larger scale and, impact as many people as possible. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, help my goddamn self. It's something I'm super excited about, man. And ready to
that's dope,
engage
man. I'm happy for you.
Appreciate you.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I would hate to transition into some bullshit.
Oh, she want to do her card.
You want to play a game?
This last thing.
He trying to read
Y'all
it.
want to play some bullshit?
No, you play. No, she got.
He trying to read the card.
Oh, she.
Nah, go ahead.
She got 2 cards.
You got a head scratcher?
Do your thing.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so I have a show called Whole Fashions where rappers allow me to dig deep, deep, deep in their business.
That's what they do?
Yeah. This is a segment on the show.
Okay.
It's called Spit or Swallow. I have 2 cards in my hand. One card.
I can give you the answer to that. Right. No. It ain't the second one.
It's not what it sounds like.
Okay, go ahead.
One card says spit, the other card says swallow. If you pick the card that says spit, you got to spit a freestyle. If you pick the card that says swallow,
talking about whole shit.
If you pick the card that it's a play on the rap shit because I love rap, If you pick the card that says swallow, you got to let me search your phone for the word swallow.
Hell no. Hell no. We might as well not even play that. I'm gonna bring you somebody that'll play that with you. I can't play them type of games. Lord have mercy, that's a goddamn lose-lose. Either one, you got to you got a nigga gonna be like, let me just rap. Let me just rap, goddamn. I need you just put a beat on, goddamn. Your game stiff. You only got 2 cards, you ain't bullshit. Nah, that's a setup. Is
you
want
to
just
pick one, just see which one.
You ain't going through my phone.
Just pick. You might pick spit.
I ain't really.
You ain't rapping.
What you want me to rap like acapella or some shit? What you want me to do, man?
Whatever you comfortable with. I love making niggas rap.
Do you do this show outside of this show? Or that's a segment.
No, she do a show outside.
I have a whole show called Whole Fashions.
I'm gonna come to Whole Fashions.
You'll pull up?
I'll pull up, but you can't go through my phone. You can. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna come with the burner phone. Fuck you.
That's what niggas been doing.
Yeah. I'm like, go ahead.
Niggas come to her show with the burner phone.
Right,
This a flip one. You the flip phone.
Yeah.
We was at the pop out. I went through everybody's phone backstage.
But tight, they fuck with you like that.
It's a real thing. It's a real show. Like people fuck with it.
Yeah.
All right. But no.
What you do with that information?
Nothing. It's just for the clip. Half the time.
You be reading it out loud. Find something.
I don't like playing with people relationships. So when niggas be in relationships, like I might look at some shit and I might fake react like, oh, but I don't be trying to like fuck people up. Blow
the spot.
Yeah,
up.
I won't blow nobody cover.
Okay. We figure it out.
You'll pull up?
We figure it out.
Don't leave LA without pulling up.
For sure. I'm gonna check the schedule.
You wanted to see?
Check the schedule, bro.
We out of that.
He one of them. I'ma hit you.
I'ma hit you. For sure. I'm 1,000% one of them. I'ma hit you.
I see what I can do.
I'm gonna hit you. You don't got my number, bro. I know, nigga. I'm gone. They saying that to the back of my head. I'm already out the door. Pull off, nigga. Pull off. For sure. But now we can figure it out, though. I ain't mad at that.
Okay.
I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate y'all having me, bro.
I want to end it in the same way. Like,
for sure.
I really appreciate what you stand on. I really appreciate. I mean, me and G, me and him be riding the bike and just getting some exercise in. I be telling them like I really appreciate what you bring to it.
I appreciate you, bro.
Because it's real and it's a lot of fugazi shit out here.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say that publicly.
I appreciate you because I try to keep it that way. It's hard work.
I already know.
You get what I'm saying? Keeping it that way for sure. But it's even more expensive when that's what you really stand on and you step outside of that and go a different direction. It costs you way more than it costs you to be yourself and be authentic 1,000%. And if I can give a nigga any amount of advice, like that's what I tell him, like be you, especially if you get to a place that you want to get to. By being you, why the fuck would you don't fix what ain't broke? You get what I'm saying? Don't fix what ain't broke. get put in a position where, okay, you forced to fix something before you try to. Because me, like, you know, I feel like when I feel myself back against the wall, put in a position where, okay, now I gotta fix something, it's really just fixing the shit that I changed from like what I would rather, you know what I'm saying, be doing in the first place. So if you could skip that bullshit, you know, learn from my experiences and goddamn, yeah, but I appreciate you, and I see different shit, you know what I'm saying, 24/7, and you somebody I keep up with anyway, fan of what you do. So, you know, I definitely appreciate you, you know, holding a nigga down and seeing me for what I am, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to what I'm perceived to be.
Word.
For sure.
Well, DaBaby is here. It's effective immediately.
Effective immediately, motherfucker. Like right now, like yesterday. Yeah.
It's DaBaby.
Yes, sir.